Hello everyone, welcome back to this session of English. In this session, we are going to continue with our chapter Comprehension Ability. Now, this is part number 10. In this session, we are going to discuss passage number 13. So, as you can see over here as well, that in this session, the contents are, in this session, we are going to discuss passage number 13. Okay, so in our earlier sessions, we have already done till passage number 12, but in this session, we are going to discuss passage number 13. So there are two options of solving the passage. First, we can read the passage, and after that, we'll move to the questions. Moreover, if we do not have time, what we can do, we can directly jump to the questions. But it is my suggestion to you all that if you have enough time to solve the comprehension part or to solve the English part in your examination, what you should do, you should first read the entire passage or at least a little of the passage, and after that, move to the questions. So we'll do this passage as it is. First, we'll read the paragraph or the passage. After that, we'll jump towards the questions. So here the passage begins. In terms of total energy, so we are talking about total energy consumed by different sectors. The largest consumer, now this is keyword, we are talking about the largest consumer is understandably the industrial sector. So here the largest consumer of energy is industrial sector, which accounts for nearly half of the total energy used in the country today. So it is nearly half of the total energy. It means it is 50% of the total energy. This is followed by the transport sector, which consumes about 25%. Now it is percentage over here, but it has not been shown, so we can say that this is 25%. The household sector about 14%, and the agricultural sector is about 9%. The last sector has shown considerable increase in energy use over the last 4 decades. Among the primary fuels, the relative proportion of coal has dropped from nearly 80 to 40, and that of oil has gone up from 17 to 44 over the same period. Okay. Now, total energy consumption in India today is equivalent to 291 million tons of oil, of which 26 comes from wood. On a per capita basis, it works out about 1 liter oil per day, which is extremely low by international standards. The future energy demand depends upon the level of development envisaged, and also on the sections of people to be affected by it. Envisaged means when we are talking about the future, that it can be done or it can happen in future. Okay. Now, we have read a little of the paragraph or a little of the passage. Now let us start doing the questions one by one, and with the help of those questions, we'll read the entire passage. And if it is the requirement of the question only, then we'll read the entire passage. Okay. Now, we just have got an idea that what the passage is about. So it is somewhere about the energy consumption. Which of the following styles has been adopted by the author? Now, such type of questions where style or the theme is talked about, there the entire passage is needed, because according to this, we are talking about the thinking or the opinion ability of the author. So this is actually the question which require us to read the entire passage. Okay, so let us see the options. First one is unsubstantiated arguments and views, data-based but covered by socialism. Now, as you can see over here, it is data-based because each and every data has been shared. Okay, but colored by socialism? No, it is not like that, because till now, as much as we have read, no socialism was there, or no involvement of society was there. Okay, so bulk who are getting bulk share already, consumption, national figures for energy consumption. Okay, the energy disparity between the urban and rural population is at present as wide as between the nations of a worldwide scale. There is apparently greater need to provide energy in the rural areas and to improve efficiency of energy use than merely to increase the national figures of energy consumption, limiting its use to those who are getting the bulk share already. So it is not like there is no mention of colored by socialism. Okay, so let us ignore this point. Highly subjective with bias for rural people. Now here, as you can see, all the figures that have been given to us, but no bias point is there. It means there is no you can say here, if we look at this paragraph, the energy disparity means difference. Okay, now whichever word you find that it has some meaning, you can note it down. So this word disparity, it means meaning. It means difference. So let me tell you, the disparity means let me tell you the word disparity, it means difference. Okay, so disparity means difference. Okay, so here we have a word disparity, that means difference. Now let us get back to the passage again. And grade providely, okay, rural areas, and to improve efficiency of energy, merely increase the national figures of energy consumption, limiting to its use to those who are getting bulk share already. With the projected rate of population growth, improving upon the per capita energy consumption is a Herculean task. Okay, it is Herculean task. So let me tell you, this Herculean task, this refers to something which is very difficult. So Herculean task refers to the difficult, very difficult task. When some action is very difficult to do, that is Herculean task. Okay, it means which is very difficult. So, and coal reserves, the capacity to import oil cannot be increased beyond a point. There is clearly no escape for the utilization of renewable energy sources in a big way if the gap between the desired level of energy supply and available resources has to be kept at the minimum. Now it is written clearly no escape. There is clearly no escape. This is actually a phrase which means that there is no other option. Okay. Now, which of the following styles has been adopted by the author? Unsubstantiated arguments and views? No. Database but colored by socialism? No. Highly subjective with bias? No. It is actually data-based, objective, positive, and solution-oriented, because we have already been given the solutions. We have been given the database, and each and every data of as per the requirement, each and every datum has been provided to us. So in this part, the style of the author to write this passage or write this editorial is that he wants to show each and every data objective, positive, and it is solution oriented as well. It means he has given the solution to the problem as well. Therefore here D will be the correct answer. So answer will be D. Now let us move to the next one. Now again, the same paragraph, and the question number 2. Question number 2 is, the author is laying greater emphasis on which of the following? Greater emphasis means stressing on which point? So, efficient use of energy, increasing national indices for energy consumption, and controlling population growth. Here, 3 points have been given to us. Maybe possible all 3 are the answers. Any one of these 3 can be the answer, or maybe 2 of these can be the answer. Okay, so we have to look for the correct option. So we have to check for each and every option one by one. First of all, it is efficient use of energy. Now what they are saying, on what point author is laying emphasis? It means which of the following author is emphasizing or stressing. Is it efficient use of energy? Now if we see the last paragraph, it is written, with the projected rate of population growth, improving upon the per capita energy consumption is a Herculean task. Herculean means very difficult task, as our coal reserves, the capacity to import oil cannot be increased beyond a point. It means it is limited. There is clearly no escape from the utilization of renewable energy resources in a big way. Okay, but here it is not written. So if we see this merely to increase the national figures for to improve the efficiency of energy. Okay, there is apparently a great need to provide energy in the rural areas and to improve the efficiency of energy. Use then merely to increase the national figures for energy consumption, limiting its use to those who are getting the bulk share already. So in this paragraph, from here we can say it is yes, he wants efficient use of energy. Second, increasing national indices for energy consumption and controlling population growth. Now let us see what else are the options. Is it only A, only B, only C, or all of these? Can controlling pollution growth, is he emphasizing this as well? Let us see it. In the first, it is not given like that. And in the second paragraph, we cannot see per capita basis the total energy consumption in India equivalent to 291 million tons of oil. 26 comes from wood. Is it any mention of population growth as well? The apparently greater need to provide energy in rural areas to improve efficiency of energy use than merely to increase the national figures for energy consumption, limiting its use to those who are getting the bulk share already. With the projected rate of population growth, improving upon the per capita energy consumption is a Herculean task. So here we can say that only A means efficient use of energy is the only emphasis of author, because other are either limited. You can see that here it is written with the projected rate of population growth, improving upon the per capita energy consumption is a Herculean task. Okay, it means it is very difficult, so he's not emphasizing over that. And increasing national indices for energy consumption, but here it is written that energy resources in a big way, if the gap between the desired level of energy supply and available resources has to be kept at the minimum. So this is not like that he's increasing the numbers, or he's increasing because it is written there is apparently a greater need to provide energy in rural areas to improve efficiency of energy. So here only efficient of use of energy has been emphasized by him. Therefore A will be the correct answer. That is only A. As you can see here as well, it is written national figures for energy consumption. Though they are saying increasing national indices, but they are saying increase the national figures for energy consumption, limiting its use to those who are getting the bulk share already. So this does not verify this line. Therefore, only A is the correct answer. Now let us move to the next one. Now the next question is, which of the following shows correctly the different sectors consuming energy arranged in ascending order? Now this one is very important but simple. As you can see here, we have 4 points: agriculture, household, industrial, transport. And we are asked about to arrange them in ascending order. Ascending means from low to high. Okay, from low to high. Ascending means increasing order. When we write first that particular word which is the lowest and moving towards the highest, okay, that is ascending arrangement or ascending order. So we have to write these 4 according to their consumption in ascending order. So we have agriculture, household, industrial, and transport. Let us see. It is agriculture, okay, agriculture, household, okay, transport, and the another one is, let me see again, that is industrial. And we know well that industrial is the highest. Okay, it is about 50%. Okay, this is highest. Rest of these, agriculture is at, as we can see over here, that agriculture sector is about 9%. Now let me write this. Okay, agriculture is at 9%. And household and transport. So household is transport sector is of 25 and household 14. Okay, so transport is at 25 and household is on 14. Okay, so these are the percentage given to us. Now we have to arrange these in increasing order, and to arrange them in increasing order, we should have first the lowest one, so that is agriculture, then we have household, that is 14%, then we have transport 25%, and then we have industrial, that is 50%. Now as we can see, agriculture is written on first, this one is first number. Household is written on the second number. Okay, this is second number. this industrial is written on the third number and then it is written fourth. Okay, so now first we should have 1, then 2, then it is 4, and then it is 3. Okay, yes, so this is the entire sequence that we should have. So as we can see, agriculture is at 9%, okay, household at 14%, transport at 25%, industrial at 50%. So obviously our answer will be first, second, then fourth, and then third, because industrial is the largest, which should go at the end point. So this should be 1, 2, 4, and then 3. Now let us see if this is given in the options. So it is here A, B, C, and D. As you can see in the first one, it is 1, 4, 2, and 3. Then 1, 2, 4, and 3. Okay. And what was our sequence? That was first agriculture, household, transport, and then industrial. Okay. So 1, 2, 4, and 3. So 1, 2, 4, and 3 is written in B part. Okay. This is in B option. So our answer is obviously B. Okay, so our answer is B, as we have done it in the part as well. Okay, so B will be the correct answer. Now let us move to the next one. Now this is the next question. In terms of total energy consumed, okay, now let us see the question. This is question number. According to the passage, the energy requirement of the future will be decided on the basis of which of the following? Now, as we have read this line in the passage, yes, we have read this line, but where let us see. So the future energy, here it is written, the future energy demand depends upon the level of development envisaged and also on the sections of people affected by it. Okay, now let us see the options. Total energy already consumed by us in the past, level of development of oil industry, and profile of affected people. Obviously, here it is written, depends upon the level of development envisaged and also on the sections of the people affected by it. So here, obviously, C point is absolutely correct. And moreover, we can see this last sector shows considerable increase in energy use over the last 4 decades. Among the primary fuels, the relative proportion of coal has dropped from nearly 80 to 40, and that of oil has gone up from 17 to 44 over the same period. Total energy consumption in India today is equivalent to 291 million tons of oil, which 26% comes from wood. On per capita basis, it works out to about 1 liter of oil per day, which is extremely low by international standards. The future energy demand depends upon the level of development envisaged and also on the sections people to be affected by it. Okay, so here according to this, only A, only B, only C, both B and C. So here level of development of oil industry, also profile to be affected people, and profile of the affected people. So this is also the reason. So here answer will be D, that is B and C. Both are the reasons. Okay, so both are the factors for the future, or requirement for the future will be decided on the basis of which of the following. So these are 2 points, that is B and C. First of all, level of development of oil industry and profile of the affected people. So here it is given in the paragraph number 2 and 3. This is last line of first paragraph, then 2 and then 3. So these three shows that our answer, is yes, B and C both. Okay, now let us move to the next question. Next question is, there is clearly no escape means. Now, as it is given in the last paragraph, as you can see over here. Now let us see the options. There is also no solution to this. There is a way out, but it is ambiguous. There is a problem, but not without. There is hardly any alternative except. So here there is clearly no escape from the utilization of renewable energy resources. So here the answer is, there is hardly any alternative except. It means there is no other alternative. Okay, so our answer is D. Got it? So this is very, very simple. Our answer will be D. Now let us move to the next question. The next question is, the author feels that increasing per capita use of energy is. Now, here it is written. First, we have to look for this line, that energy per capita. Okay, this is. With the projected rate of population growth, improving upon the per capita energy consumption is a Herculean task. Okay, now let us see this as well. Okay, let me read this question first. The author feels that increasing per capita use of energy. So this is actually the keyword. Not at all desirable, a matter of great difficulty, a routine matter, rather difficult but not possible. Now here, that increasing per capita use of energy. So this is the keyword. As you can see in the last paragraph, while projected rate of population growth, improving upon the per capita energy consumption or per capita use of energy are the same thing. So per capita energy consumption is a Herculean task. Herculean task, as I told you, Herculean task means which is very, very difficult. Therefore, its answer is a matter of great difficulty. Okay, it should be B, that is a matter of great difficulty. So answer is B. This is again very simple. We have to just look for the meaning of this particular idiom, and this is Herculean task. As I told you that the meaning of Herculean task is very, very difficult. Something which is which can happen in you can say which can happen with very difficulty or with a lot of difficulty. So something which is very difficult to do is actually the Herculean task. So this is the required answer. Now let us move to the next question. Now the next question is, which of the following statements is true? Now in this situation, we will be given several statements and we will be asked for the correct statement to find out the correct or the true statement. So we have to look for each and every statement one by one. Now let us see the statements. First, industrial sector uses 50% of the total energy used in India. As we have already seen that industrial sector consumes near about half of the total consumption. So obviously it is around 50%. Energy consumption in India is 26% of the world consumption in India, whereas it is written, but in this line you can see that energy consumption in India today is equivalent to 291 million tons of oil, of which 26% comes from wood. So they are talking about the total energy consumption is this one, whereas from this part only 26%. It means 26% come from wood. So it is not actually the total consumption, but it is actually that particular consumption which comes from wood. Therefore, the total energy consumption is 291 million tons. Therefore, the second option is incorrect. B is incorrect. The household sector has shown considerable increase in energy use. Okay, now if we go to the first paragraph, and it is written for the household sector. Household sector energy is about 14% and the agriculture sector is about 9%. This last sector, now last sector is agricultural sector, has shown considerable increase in energy use of over last 4 decades. But they are talking about households, so this is incorrect. Again, C statement is incorrect as per the paragraph number 1. Now the last one, use of oil has increased from 40 to 80%, but it has been dropped from nearly 80 to 40%. Therefore, this is also incorrect. Only the first portion, that is, industrial sector uses 50% of the total energy used in India, as per the first line given in the first paragraph. In terms of total energy consumed by different sectors, the largest consumer is understandably industrial sector, which accounts for nearly half of the total energy used in country today. So we consider it as 50%. Okay, we consider it at 50%. Okay, therefore our answer is A. Now let us move to the next one. Now the next question is, the energy disparity as wide as worldwide scale. The first sentence of the third paragraph means. Now, as I told you, disparity means difference. Now, let us read this line again to analyze the meaning of this particular line. Here it is written the energy disparity. Disparity means difference between the urban and rural. Urban and rural areas means cities areas and village areas. Urban and rural population, it means population of cities as well as population of villages, is at present as wide as. Now they have been compared, the population of this has been compared with as wide as between nations on a worldwide scale. Nations on a worldwide scale means people or different countries or various countries of worldwide scale. Now, if we talk about worldwide scale between nations, so there are two types of nations in the world, or there can be three. One is that which is developed, and another one is underdeveloped or developing. Okay, so we have developing countries, developed countries, and the another one is underdeveloped. Okay, so we have three categories basically. One is the developing, underdeveloped, and developed. So these are the parts. We can say developed and developing. Okay, let us take these two. Now let us see the options. Disparity in urban and rural is observed in all nations. In no other nation such disparity is observed, whereas they are saying it is on the worldwide scale. Developed countries consume more energy than developing countries. Yes, so the difference between the urban and the rural is just as the developed countries consume more energy than developing countries. Obviously, developed countries will consume more than that of developing countries. Worldwide scale is different for rural and urban areas. Now, it is C. So, it is clearly stated from this line that C option is absolutely correct, because they are saying, they are comparing the disparity between urban and rural population with the nations on a worldwide scale. Therefore, C is the correct answer. Now, let us move to the next one. Now, the next question is, which of the following has been suggested by the author as the best possible solution to overcome energy crisis? Now, here, exploration of oil reserves, maximization of renewable sources, importing large quantities of coal, and reducing share of bulk users. So, here suggested by the author as the best possible solution to overcome crisis. So, what is actually the solution? So, it must be in the last paragraph. There is clearly no escape from the utilization of renewable energy sources in a big way. It means there is no other option. We just have only one option to make the utilization of renewable energy sources. And if we see all the four options, exploration of oil reserves, maximization of renewable sources, importing large quantities of coal, and in case of coal, it is written as our coal reserves and capacity to import oil cannot be increased beyond a point. Now, we cannot import large quantities because it has some limit. Reducing share of bulk orders, no. It is actually B, maximization of renewable sources. So B is the correct answer according to the requirement of the question. Now let us move to the next question. And the next question is, which of the following has been mentioned as a major hurdle in enhancing per capita consumption of energy in India? Hurdle means you can say the barricade or the something which is disturbing or interrupting the process. So we just have to look for the particular, you can say the negative roller or the person, the thing that plays the negative role. Okay, so present level of development in India. Which of the following has been mentioned as the major hurdle in enhancing means increasing per capita consumption of energy in India? So is it present level of development in India, international norm of 1 liter of oil per day person, disparity in use of energy in rural and urban areas, or none of these? So we see in the last paragraph, with the projected rate of population growth, improving upon the per capita energy consumption is a Herculean task as our local coal reserves. Okay. But here in this, there is clearly no option. Okay. Desired level of energy supply and available resources has to be kept at the minimum. And the energy disparity between urban and rural population present as wide as between nations of a worldwide scale. This is apparently a greater need to provide energy in the rural areas and to improve the energy efficiency. No, there is not. This is not the limitation actually. This is not the hurdle. Total energy consumption in India. Okay. Another point, norm of 1 liter oil per day per person. It is only on a per capita basis. It works out to about 1 liter of oil per day, which is extremely low by international standards. Total energy consumption in India today is equivalent to this come from, okay, it works out to about 1 liter per day, but it is not actually the hurdle, because it has not been shown as the hurdle to us. Disparity is not the answer. So here answer should be D, because no other line here is actually the hurdle which has been mentioned in the paragraphs. Therefore, D is the correct answer. That is none of these. It means these are not the hurdles. So these were all the questions which are based on this paragraph. I hope you liked the paragraph a lot. This is a simple and easy paragraph, though this is lengthy, yet the paragraph is not that much tricky, or it is simple. So we can easily find out the question and answers if we go step by step with each and every word of the passage. Thanks to you.